Greetings, you bad savages. It's Tuesday, the 26th of November. It's the Church, the New Testament. Let's get this party started. The Church New Testament is brought to you by Blue Chew. Listen, if you've been wondering if Blue Chew is all it's cracked up to be, the answer is yes. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers ED meds right to your door with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost, and you cannot go wrong. I love Blue Chew. You know, I'm old, but every once in a while I get a little loving to me, and Blue Chew never lets me down. Don't miss out on the best sex ever. Blue Chew got you covered. You understand me? When they're laying there looking at you like, what the fuck just happened? That's you, Captain Blue Chew. Now, Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for the church fans. You ready? Try Blue Chew for free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout at BlueChew.com. Again, that's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important information. And I want to thank Blue Chew for supporting the podcast.
Turn off your TVs, run for your lives. It's over. They didn't put you on this planet just to give up. If Uncle Joey could do it, I can rule the world. That's what you got to be thinking.
Welcome back to church!
What's happening, you savages? It's a beautiful day to be alive. We're back. Don't tell me the walls are bare. You know, who gives a fuck? We're coming at you, and that's all that matters. As we build, we get prettier and prettier and prettier, all right? Today, my guest is, Lee's always here. I can't get rid of him. He's like he's like dog shit. He's everywhere. But my guest is somebody who's very special to me. I'm happy I got him on the podcast. I promised you, real motherfuckers. And this is as real as it gets. Mr. John Barone, my 7th grade teacher the second time. What's happening, Mr. Barone?
You were much better after 1 year of practice.
Yes, I was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. We're just talking about where you came from. I always knew you had come from a different school. And then your first year there, I had Kingwell.
Oh, he's bad news.
And he was he was rough, this dude. He used to give you oral book reports. But I'm happy because now I read because of him.
You know how he got in trouble? He broke a kid's arm just punching him because the kid, I forget his name, he walked up to Kingwell in the hall and he said, let's have a contest. So Kingwell said, yeah, let's go. He said, let's see who could punch the easiest. So he goes, you go first, Mr. Kingwell. So Kingwell goes like this to him. So now this kid says, now it's my turn. He hits him so hard, they heard it in the first room all the way down the hall. He went, oh! He got so mad, he ran after the kid and broke his arm with a punch. He says, come here, I gotta get even. And he broke his arm. He had a broken arm. He came into the couple of days, couldn't move it for a year.
I started McKinley in the 6th grade, so I had Levito. But throughout that whole year, there was drama with Kingwell. There was always drama with him. I was not there the day Alex Carvajal's father, the Beast, he said something to the kid's daughter. He said something to Martin Perez's sister, or something happened. She went home, told the father. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, I don't know if you ever heard him talking in your house, Alex Carvajal. This was a different type of animal. His father used to sit on 26th Street with a big Cuban cigar on the corner. Tremendous. Great family. Maria, I still see them, right? Maria was in our class, all of us. This fucking Mr. Carvajal at 2:45, all you hear is, and it's like, what's going on? Come in. And Mr. Carvajal comes in with the cigar, with the big gold chain. He goes, I'm going to do to you What'd you do to my son? And they started fist fighting in the class. I mean, this was raw. So everybody, and he had another beef with somebody else. So this was the reputation he had at that school.
I got one more thing about him.
Go ahead.
He drove a kid crazy and like on him. The kid said, I'm going to get my uncle after you. So he says, get your uncle and bring him in here. Sure enough, a week or so goes by. There's a Marine in the hallway one day. You know how our hallway was. So I said, can I help you? He goes, yeah, I'm looking for a Kingwell. I said, he's in the room next to me. Because I knew he was going to kill him. All you heard was like when you get punched in the teeth, he knocked 3 of his teeth out.
Was he wearing the Marine's outfit?
He had his Marine thing on. So I said, like, what is this guy doing here? But then Kingwell didn't talk to me for months because why did you tell him I was next to him? I said, I felt like saying, because you're always bullying kids. You deserve something like that.
He did something. Then remember my 7th grade year, he ripped his Achilles tendon. So we got Mr. Miss for a while, and that's what was pretty fucking cool. Mr. Miss was a good-looking motherfucker. He looked like Robert Redford. So whenever he taught, the girls would fucking be like all fucked up in the 7th grade. Big old white yoked motherfucker. But then I still remember, McKinley was buck wild. And it wasn't buck wild in comparison to Horace Mann, Lincoln. I remember you used to always say, the kids at Lincoln, they bring them to the games with chains on. I used to fucking die, They were throwing sinks one year out the 3rd floor, so that's it. They got like tortured after that. Lincoln School. Kennedy School was buck wild with Colangelo and all those guys. Every school in the system had like this weird thing. When I went to McKinley the first year, it was okay. Here's the funny thing. Miss Brando was pregnant.
It was the art teacher.
The art teacher in the 6th grade. But I had the biggest crush on Miss Brando. So I grabbed her tit one day in the 6th grade art closet. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was so in love with Miss Brando all the way till high school. Every time I saw her, I just grabbed the tit out of principal. And she'd go, Joey, what the fuck is wrong with you, Coco?
Yeah.
This is McKinley in the 6th grade.
You realize if one of these things happened now, the entire school district would be shut down?
Oh, they'll shut it down anyway. Who gives a
We
fuck?
did something like that every week.
Every fucking week we were torturing people.
And the principal didn't get in trouble.
In fact, I may write a book.
Yeah, you have to.
I might write a book.
Listen,
49
man,
years.
do you remember the pilot program? You were very vocal about the pilot program. Pilot program back then was when you hit 16 and you were still in the 7th grade.
I love that it happened so frequently.
You
they needed
became a
program.
sophomore automatically the next year. It was called a pilot program, but Mr. Brown goes, you see these kids? They drive to school, they got hair on their legs. He goes, I seen the one guy, he had a kid in the back. It was this kid, fucking hysterical. This is fucking, you can't write this shit, guys.
No.
So I had Kingwell, and then I got caught playing hooky with a girl. You remember her, New Yorker. And then I failed like 2 classes, so I had to go to summer school for geography, which I fucking hated, and math. And I went to summer school, but before you leave for summer school, you're supposed to go to the class you're supposed to be in the next year. Okay, so if you're in the 7th grade, you sit with your teacher in the morning, and then in the afternoon at 12, you go to your class and you meet your teacher, and he tells you what's going to happen in the summer and what he expects from you next year. So they didn't send me to the 8th grade. They sent me to Mr. Barone's class. And Mr. Barone started fucking torturing me. I'm going to have you sit up front because you're definitely going to fail. You're a fucking loser. You're a mook. And I'm like, this guy's trying to
You
fucking...
actually did well.
No, but that's what it was with you. But this is how we met. So he pissed me off so much that I stole his fucking car keys, right? He had the Toyota hatchback.
Threw him in a dumpster.
I threw him in the dumpster. I'm home an hour later. We're about to go play basketball and shit. And I see a fucking Toyota coming around the block. You fucking took my keys. Yelling the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. They're never going to like me ever again. So I go to summer school. I play hooky. Mr. Dalton pulls me aside and he goes, listen, don't come back no more. Just have Carmine call the school and we'll push up to the 8th grade. That didn't happen. And in my mind, how retarded was I, that I thought Carmine was going to actually call the school and just promote me because I'm fucking his friend. So the first day of fucking 7th grade, I'm marching into the 8th grade, and I go, Carmine called. They're like, nobody fucking called. So they put me in his class. Now, I thought he was going to torture me. Guys, it was completely different. It was amazing. It's like he had forgotten it. But then he talked about the Jimmy Pierce, since we have all these Red Sox fans here. He told the story about fear strikes out.
Jimmy Pearsall.
Look at that. That's how good of a teacher. I still remember this shit. And all the Boston fans here, you know who Jimmy Pearsall is?
I've heard the name. I don't
Go
know.
fuck yourself. How about you over there? Go fuck yourself.
When he used to go to the outfield, they used to jump out of the stands and fight him.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody hated the guy, too, because he was crazy. He hit a homer, and he ran around the bases backwards.
During a game?
Yeah. He hit a home run, and he turned around and walked. It took him like 3 minutes to go around the bases.
Hysterical.
And I have another Kingwell story.
I know.
Is he still alive? Are we gonna have to bleep
He's in
this guy's name
Florida.
out?
He's in Florida, I heard. Maybe he's in Florida, in
Remember the
Tampa.
5 Corners there?
Yeah.
There was a bakery.
Yes.
That was his dad, who owned the bakery. He used to go eat there every day.
I never knew that.
Yeah. It was on the, you know, it was, if you're going Liberty towards school, it was on that first corner. Bakery.
Wow. I didn't know that. I forget the name of that bakery.
Yeah.
5 corners there. They had
It was a candy store.
a candy store, the Sugar Bowl, candy store, the bank, the stereo store where you buy stereos and washer and dryers. I don't know what was on the other corner. I know Mr. Biggs is in the middle, the hair dryer place, the women's hair cutting place. Frank the Barber. But it was, you spoke about Jimmy Pearsall, and you cracked a joke that they had him in a padded room, and you fucking killed us. You were killing us that they got him in a room, and they tied him up, and he ran around the bases backwards. And it was a different approach to teaching. I had been at Catholic school. And then I had fucking Levito, who was a great teacher also. And then Kingwell was just, you know, Kingwell meant well. Do you know what I'm saying? Kingwell meant
My
well.
homeroom, we used to play volleyball at lunchtime.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
The only reason why I played, I tried to knock his wig off.
Levito. Yeah. Oh.
And once I did it one time I hit him square in the head. The ball and the kids went nuts. So I wanted to keep doing it. I was never able to do it.
Wait, are you saying volleyball or
That was
dodgeball?
Levito.
Volleyball.
Okay.
Dog,
Over
the
net.
year that I got
Smash it
there,
at
the year that I got to McKinley, I was on the up and up. And like the first month, somebody put acid in Mr. Agresta's coffee in the morning. And at
didn't know that.
lunchtime, he never came back. You know what? Mr. Agresta and Mr. Levito came to a show of mine in Point Pleasant. And I go, Mr. Levito, remember when Eddie Lemenka put the fucking acid in his coffee? He goes, ask him. He's here with us.
I had a big argument with him. He
Mr.
used to,
Gresta.
on Fridays, let all the kids buy bagels on Friday.
Who, Levito?
Levito. Every Friday, if you were in his class, you could buy a bagel. So now, a couple of weeks went by, and I said, "Yeah, I can't believe he's doing this for the kids. He don't do nothing for kids. He's very, you know." So I said to the kid, "How much do you pay for the bagels?" He goes, "Here, he's got a menu." He gives it to me. When I look at the menu, he was added on every bagel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, he knew the price, so he made up his own menu, but added 50 cents on each bagel.
I love it.
I went up to him, right in his face, and I said, "How could you cheat? These kids don't see 50 cents in a week, and you're getting 2 bagels from them?" What a group of teachers we had in that place.
Dog, it was, I will tell you who else I met there that I still think about it all the time. She was the best lunch lady, Mrs. Sabatino.
Yes.
Fuck, she was gold, man. Gold. She always gave you that extra
I was right
oatmeal
next-
cookie that Mako made, because Mako used to make those at home, those oatmeal cookies. Fucking tremendous. But since you're talking about volleyball, this is how crazy McKinley
We had
was.
some crazy principals, too.
Oh, yeah. I seen Leo Gattoni get hit in the head by Louis Zaldivar in the basement, but this was the classic, this is the classic North Bergen McKinley story. We got a gym teacher called Mr. Totoro,
Oh, that guy was a little crazy.
and we're playing volleyball. We're playing kickball outside. It's the 7th grade against the 7th grade. I don't know what the fuck it was, but we're all playing. Now, every time I go to kick the ball, the Italian kids are going, Coco Kade Moco, right? They're just yelling, Coco Kade Moco. And Mr. Totoro is saying, hey, knock it off with that shit. And the kids kept saying it, mainly Anthony Balzano. So this motherfucker has the balls to go up to Anthony and say it one more fucking time. And Anthony goes, Coco Kade Moco. He grabbed Anthony. Martin Perez went to jump in. He grabbed Martin. And then I had him from the back. And he banged their heads. And he grabbed me and he banged our heads. Fucking Anthony said, fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. This is in the morning. I still remember that. I had a Pete Rose jacket. And you told me Pete Rose was Cuban. I almost jumped off a fucking bridge. And I asked him, I go, how do you know? And he goes, I saw him on TV with Kindness Corner. And he was talking like he had a stomach problem. He was speaking Spanish. I was fucking dying. Right? So I got this little faggy Cincinnati 14 jacket with the C. And we're outside, and all of a sudden, we're headed to the principal's office. But Anthony breaks away from him and goes, fuck you. I'm calling my father. He goes upstairs. We're all sitting in the principal's office. He asks the lady, can I get a piece of paper? Lady gives him a white piece of paper. Anthony starts doing this shit. And he puts all his hair on a paper. And then he goes, take your hair, shake it in there. And when Carmine walks in, like he called Carmine, there was a payphone in there. In the principal's office then, there was a little payphone. He called him, Dad, I don't know what's going on. Dog, it must have been 8 minutes later. You heard the walkie-talkies through the hallway, and there was Carmine with another cop, with a uniform. And they're like, what's going on? Nothing. So he goes downstairs. Carmine comes in. He asks Anthony what happened. Anthony told him. He goes, shut up, Anthony. Cocarini, what happened? And I'm like, dog, what Anthony said, the guy hit us. We were just talking Spanish. He goes, nobody cursed at him? No. Mr. Matash.
You know, you had him?
Yeah, I had Mr. Mustache.
You know how he died?
How?
One day he says, I won't be in for 2 days. I says, why? He says, all this snow. I'm going to my house down the shore, and I'm going to shovel the snow. People are complaining because there was like a snowstorm. So he went down there. He never comes back the next day. So everybody's worrying. He froze doing it and died, took a heart attack. They found him frozen in the snow with his shovel. I told him, call somebody and pay him. He wouldn't do it.
Did you feel guilty? Because you used to call him George Jetson.
Yeah.
Remember he had like a George
I can't
Jetson
believe
hairdo?
He remembers that.
Come on, dog.
I forgot about it.
You used to call him George Jetson. Oh, fucking George Jetson was bothering me. So we're up in the office, and Carmine's got the walkie-talkie. I'll never forget that walkie-talkie. And he's like, listen, Mr. Mustache, I just want to talk to him to see if my son was wrong. Bob, he doesn't want to come out. He's scared. The guy opened the door like fucking Kato, like in the Pink Panther when he would open up the door, hello, that type of shit. Carmine had a gorilla fucking hand. Carmine had the biggest prosciutto ham you ever saw. He just grabbed this guy, took him out, and started pouncing him, guys. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And he just started punching him. The guy dropped. And he goes, come on, everybody's going home. And that was it. We went home. We came back. And Mr. Torre was gone. I never saw him again. I walked into the high school 2 years later. I'm in his fucking homeroom. And he comes up and he goes, Cocarini, if you don't want to show, don't worry about it.
Kingwell thing.
I don't remember the Carmine Kingwell thing.
His son's got spelling with Kingwell. Now, the kid's failing spelling. He's failing every test. The kid comes in my room and I go, let me see one of your tests. Look at one of the tests. Kingwell was giving them 20 words, but he was taking 10 off for every one they got wrong. So nobody noticed it but me. I said, that means if the kid got them all right, you got to give him 200. If it's 20 off for each. Sure enough, the father found out. This kid goes home, tells Carmine, Mr. Barone said he's cheating. That's why I'm failing. He came in and I was called to the office. And the first thing Gattoni says is, will you take him in your spelling class? Because I want to switch him to you. So of course, I'll take him. Now he says to Kingwell, you ever do anything to my son again, I'll blow your head off. In front of everybody. There was 6 people in the room. You can't do that. Think about it.
You don't really have to think about it.
He did it.
20, he got away.
Oh, no, he couldn't do that to the kids.
But he
no.
was doing that for like probably way
When I was
before
there,
you.
yeah. He had something kinky. Because he would give you like a -40 and shit like that. And look at you with a straight face. And you're like, what the fuck did I do? There was so many kids in that class that was so fucking confused. But that whole era when you taught us.
I didn't know you had me, Tish. He was
Yeah, and then
George Jetson.
we couldn't find a basketball coach. And we kept talking about it. We knew nothing about his fucking background. We're just like, you know, and one day he goes, I'll go by the courts. This fucking guy starts popping 30-footers without even looking at the basket. And we're like, who the fuck is this guy? And he goes, who the fuck am I? I'll tell you, I'm in the Hall of Fame in the job. I'm like, oh, here we go. He's blowing smoke up. This guy came with pictures, the Miami Floridians, the ABA, and we were like, no. And I remember showing up at his house one day. Like, we used to get off at 1 on Fridays. And I took my fucking bike and I went up there and I go, you know, I want to learn how to shoot. And he broke it down for me, man, how to fucking drop your wrist. He would make me shoot close to the basket. Your brother Joe used to come out. I still remember getting tackled by Joe Jump on that block. He fucking tackled me one day playing basketball. You know, it was amazing. I went from fucking sucking. McKinley went from 0-7. He turned that whole team around. Chuck McBreen was taking pointers from him. I mean, he just got the fucking ceremony at his Ramapo College. The gym got named after him. There's all the guys that you touched. You know, there was a bunch of us that you were like, it was just amazing. And then after that, you were the favorite teacher in the school. And then we went to the 8th grade. And I had Miss Walsh. And the other guy was Miss Verga. But Miss Verga...
She wouldn't give you me. I was asking her, could you switch? I'll give you 2 girls for Coco. She wouldn't switch you.
I like Miss Walsh. We drove. She told us, she goes, I've been here for 40 years. Nobody has ever broke me. We broke her. Don't fucking, you know, we used to go to ShopRite and steal Hubba Bubba and fucking 10 packs apiece and go into class. And we had the Orlando Salcedo, God rest his soul. He died during COVID. And about 1:30, he would start, wow, wow. And then we had an Italian kid, Michael Allegretta, off the fucking chain smart. And we'd hit him in the head. We'd play hockey. We hit him in the heels with the hockey stick, and he'd go, ay, 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 ay. That motherfucker's got to be like a neurosurgeon today or something like that. We had Charlie Gizzy.
I remember him.
The guy who used to, every time a plane went by, he'd get up and shoot it down.
He was gone.
During the class, we had Richie Colombo. Mr. Barone, he used to comb his hair a certain way. Like, I don't know, he didn't have a blow dryer or they didn't have water or something. He used to take the comb and pock it through the middle and just push his hair down. And one day during attendance, Mr. Barone goes, Colombo, what'd you comb your hair with, a stick of dynamite? That motherfucker didn't know what. He was just cracking people. And that's, attendance was the biggest thing in North Bergen. But some people did it lame and some people did it pretty good. But the day I knew that there was something weird about us, that something was not right.
You know what's sad though? Teachers today can't do it.
No, they don't do what you
I would
did.
have got arrested and fired if if the teacher ever did what I did with the kids, nothing was bad.
Nothing was
but
bad.
It was fun. It was fun getting along with all of them. Because once they left my room, they weren't the same.
Even just the haircut thing would have been enough. The haircut thing would have got you
Hall
fired.
of Fames. That did it. That did it. I'm in the high school, my high school one where I played. I'm in the North Bergen one for coaching 30 years. I'm in the Hudson County one. And my ball's in the real Hudson County because I got all the free throw records. In the one in
Right.
Springfield.
Nobody has touched your record.
I think so.
Really?
Not
Somebody
sure.
broke 74.
Every time when I check it, sometimes it says it's still going. Sometimes it says it's not. So they don't know what they're doing either. But they didn't realize once they left, people would say it. They would come in my room and go like this to me, because they saw these guys being good. Like, how did you do that? You got to be nice to them.
I still remember they had that glue, not Hellman's, not the fucking white stuff, but not
cement?
the cement glue. And I'll never forget, we're sitting in the front row, and Mr. Barone's playing with it, and all of a sudden he looks at me and goes, "What's this remind you of?" And I fucking lost it. I had just seen it I had just come maybe 2 weeks before that. So I'm fucking dying. I'm like, he still got it, Mr. Barone.
If I didn't know your name, I called you Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Do you know how many people I see today? I'm in a shop right, a guy will go, "Oh, Wolfgang." They call me.
And this was way before Wolfgang Puck. Like, where did you come up with Wolfgang?
It's just that name.
That was Eddie Munster's fucking something.
That just got me.
Who?
That just got me, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Hold on. And this might be the wildest start to a podcast we've ever had. We barely introduced him, and we're talking, like, how old were you at this point, do you think?
When I started?
When you had Joey?
When I started, 22.
I don't think your daughters were born.
Huh? No.
No.
They were born while I was there.
And Patty was a
'Cause they
fucking
used to-
knockout. I remember the first time I saw your wife, I'm like, holy shit. Mr. Barone got it going on and shit. Holy fuck, she was good looking.
And, like, what? So you knew, it sounds like you knew, like, you'd heard of Joey when he was coming to your class for 7th grade the second time. Like, like, did the other teacher warn you?
First time,
Kingwell.
we got along, but I was strict with him the first time he was in my class.
Did you
First
have
year.
What did Kingwell tell you about him?
Huh?
What have you heard about Joey before you met him?
Kingwell hated everybody.
Everybody.
So I could, if he was normal, I could say, yeah, I remember him saying so. He hated everybody, had every nationality, and I don't know what. He was German.
Yeah, he
a
was
Nazi.
German. He was a Nazi.
He was German. He hated everybody. He hated the teachers. He hated. One time, Maytash says to me, "Want to play a little? What do you call it?
Poker.
On the board."
Backgammon?
In the gym, we used to set the table up and we used to play. And I can't think of what.
I don't know what the fuck.
Bocce?
Table tennis.
Oh, okay.
Table tennis.
Okay.
Ping
So
pong.
now, Kingwell, he said to me, Maytish, "Come on, I'll have your game." So Kingwell hears him and he comes up to me, he says, "I want to play him." I said, "He asked me to play him." He goes, "No, I want to hit that ball and cream him with it." So I said, "Yeah, go ahead. I want to see him do it." Do you know, God heard that. Maytash could have won a gold medal in the Olympics. He killed Kingwell, and what Kingwell wanted to do with him, he had a black eye. And everybody laughed at every game he lost. It was like a reward. So I said to Maytash, I said, "Where did you learn how to do that?" He says, "Well, that's the 3 years I was going to be a priest." He said, "That's all we did. the priest. We had a table and we played tennis. For like 10 years he did that. Played every day. The poor guy had to die shoveling.
Yeah, because I think I only had him. We had Gattoni,
Gattoni.
and then I first started with the king, Mr. Muir, Jack.
I miss him.
Come on now.
When I went there, he
Come on now.
Tommy Muir.
Mr. Muir, he was just abandoning ship when I got there. I was like,
Track
God
coach.
damn it. And then we had Virgo left, and then Mr. Lindsley replaced him, who was coming.
Mayor of Weehawken, who,
Yeah, he's coming on the show.
yeah.
He's coming on the show when he comes up from Florida because
I grew up with him in Hoboken. He lived right around the corner from me. He comes up to me one day and he says, "You work in the summer? Do they give you a job?" I go, "No." He goes, "I'll give you a job. Come to Weehawken Municipal." I go there, and he says, I go, "What am I going to do?" He says, Do you know Turk Jordan?
oh, we'll get into Turk Jordan in a second.
Okay. He said, "Here's your job, John. See that guy over there with the wig?" I go, "Yeah, he's crazy." He goes, "Yeah. I want you to work with him, do whatever he does, and if I only lose 10 votes a day, you're doing a great job." He's crazy, that guy.
Who, Turk or Wally?
Turk.
Bro.
He's the craziest. I'm from Hoboken. You know how many nuts I know from Hoboken? He was worse than all of them.
Okay. He was going to coach us in the 8th grade for a while. He showed up, he had felonies, he couldn't do it. Something happened, you know.
Hey, when that happens.
So we kept busting his chops. He's like, "I'm going out tonight." Because we're in the fucking 8th grade, 7th grade. This guy's like, "I'm going out tonight. I'm getting my dick sucked and all this shit." So in the 8th grade, we finally go, "Mr. Turk, when are you going to get us?" Because we already had an adventure with him in the city. He took us to see the Sixers against the Knicks on Christmas Day. He told us he had tickets. The day of the fucking game, we get them. He goes, "I got no tickets. We're stubbing our way in. Give me $5 a piece." He took us into the Knick game. We're like little fags. We had the basketballs and the Knick T-shirts and shit, you know. And this guy's got us all the way in the top. Some guy kept walking past with his family. He grabbed him. He goes, "Get up one more time. I'll fucking kill you." Then they threw us out of there. Then he went to another area, and the guy was getting up.
Craziest guy I ever
And he
saw.
told them, "You could have got more exercise at the YMCA." Then they threw us out of that section. Now there's 3 minutes left. This guy bet the loser because he's a fucking stiff, but I loved him. And some guy goes, he's on the floor. And some guy goes, "Can you move, please? Ask Whitey." It was me, Whitey, Chucky, and somebody else. And he tapped him. He turned around. He grabbed the guy's wrist, and he started, and the guy's like, And we just left him. We just ran out of there, ran to the Port Authority. So he asked us, "What happened?" We're like, "Turk, listen, if we have a winning record, can you get us laid?" And he goes, "Absolutely, I'll get you laid." Okay. 8th grade summer, I go to 5-star basketball camp. I don't graduate because there was a huge snow week. There was like 18 inches of snow every 2 weeks, so we were closed for a week. When I come back from 5-star, I get a call from one day. It's like July 8th.
He's gone.
And he's like in the lunchtime. I just happened to be home. "Hello? Go. Turk Jordan here. You're going to be at the 38th Street courts in a little while?" I go, "Yeah, all of us. We're going to play right now." He goes, "I'm bringing you down some presents." Now, I had forgotten about the lady. I had forgotten all about that. He was going to get us laid. I thought he was bringing us basketball shirts. Sure enough, we're on 38th Street running back and forth. He pulls up with a fucking Cadillac. And he's like, "Guys."
A Lincoln Continental.
Something.
An old one.
A fucking huge car. And he goes, "Guys, I got something for you." I'll never forget the way he rubbed his hands. He goes, "Come here." And the back seat was a chick laying there with her shirt ripped and her tit sticking out. And he's like, "There you go. I brought you a girl." And we all looked at each other like, we got to go home and study for next year. Everybody. Here's fucking 13-year-old kids that want to get laid. We do anything to get our dick sucked when you're 13. When we saw the chick in the back, she looked like, I don't even know. Let's not even get into it because we'll all get arrested on this.
He was my boss for Lindsay.
He's still around.
No, he died.
When?
He just died.
Because when I got here, they said he was on Kennedy Boulevard. He takes the change out of out of the newspaper things.
He owned all them.
Yeah, so
and
he was,
had the guy kids that are working for us. They used to have to go and get all the quarters.
there you go.
And one day I use his car and I notice it's like I'm looking this way. So I get out. I open up the trunk. He's got $9,000
In
worth
quarters.
of quarters.
And the trunk was sad.
And the thing was like this, the car. I'm driving it. And he was the unbelievable guy. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of nuts in Hoboken.
Dog, when he showed up with that woman, and she had those fake tits like from George Washington's day, like that type of shit, they were hard. Only one tit was sticking out. God knows what happened to the other one. I do not want to know. But during all this, and this is why Louis, I'm still tight with Louis, I'm still tight with Dave, I'm still tight with Chucky. Our friendship didn't come from just being in North Bergen. Our friendship came because all these kids had something going on in their house.
It's funny how it mixes too, like,
All of us.
you know.
All of us. I still remember going home in the bro. I still remember walking home in the 7th grade with Anthony Balzano. He couldn't go home. The feds had the house fucking surrounded. They were whipping out machine guns and shit. That was our neighborhood. Michael Clemens won't talk to me no more because Carmine beat him up, handcuffed him and beat him up on giving that terrorist, and he was yelling
I wish he
fucking
would have fought Kingwell.
police brutality and fucking. I mean, this neighborhood was, it just was going on. It was fucking going on. Every night we ripped that fucking payphone off the fire department phone. We rip it and the cops would chase us. Who does this anymore? We used to run across Tunnelly. I mean, the shit.
I go to work one day, and he says, you can go home. You don't have to work today. I said, why am I going home? He goes, because tonight we got to take 2 bus loads to the Yankee game. I said, oh, that's nice. We get there that night, all parents and kids, like beautiful. They all got their uniforms on and pennants. Everything's going. Everything's going perfect. Okay? We pull up Yankee Stadium, the guy with the clipboard's there, and he says, oh, where you from? He goes, Weehawken and Rec. So the guy looks at the thing and he says, I don't have no Weehawken and Rec on here. So I go, Turn, did you get the tickets from this thing? He goes, no, don't say nothing. Sure. He don't say nothing. The cop arrests him. I got to bail him out. They figured this guy's crazy. And another time I bailed him out in the track. He says to me, you got any money? He calls me up. You got any money? I said, yeah, why? He goes, I'm picking you up. He picks me up. There's a guy sitting in the back seat. We're going to the track, the Meadowlands. So we drive into the Meadowlands, and all of a sudden, we get out. He says, bet it all on the 7. The guy leaves us. He says, bet it all on the 7. So I look at the horse. This is a fucking, they're going to make glue out of this horse. I'd say, he ain't going to win. He says, you know who the driver is? The guy that was in the back seat.
I got to take a breather real quick and read an ad. We'll be right back. All right, the church is also brought to you by Mint Mobile. Listen, when it comes to phone service, Mint Mobile has hit the jackpot. You're going to be saving tons of money with premium wireless that only costs $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text. It's all delivered in the nation's largest 5G network. I love Mint Mobile. Keep your same phone, keep your same number, and keep all your contacts, Jack. The only thing that's going to change is the change in your pocket, and you save a little money every month. To get the new customer offer and your 3-month premium wireless plan for $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Diaz, D-I-A-Z. Again, mintmobile.com/Diaz. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month with mintmobile.com/Diaz, D-I-A-Z. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on a first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 4 GB on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for all the details. We're back, bitches. So I had you in the 7th grade, and then I went to Ethel Welsh's class. But the 8th grade, we had Mr. Lindsay, and he took us to the fucking Philadelphia. They took us to Philly to see the.
Did you go to Washington?
No, we didn't go to
He
DC.
took us to Washington, too.
No, he took us our year. They were a little scared with us. All right, so they took us to see the P-Knuckle. What is that? The something? The guy with the fucking sticks, whatever. They took us to this beautiful thing in Philadelphia, which I'll be at Wednesday night. And we started shooting paper clips at the guys on stage. Jesus. And they fucking threw us out of there. We went to Betsy Ross's house. They were mad at us, but then they stopped at Hiram's and Callahan's and got us all that shit. And we came back. And we were all just playing basketball at that time. And I'll never forget that. I went to the courts like any other night. And at 6 o'clock, Marianne said, Coco, Anthony, come and eat. And I go, my mom's cooking. I can't go over there tonight. When I went home, and that night I didn't go out. Like, I just stayed in. And next morning we went to school, and you took me in the hallway and said, you hear about Anthony? He got into an accident, blah, 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 blah. So this is our 8th grade year. It was like, this fucking winded me. It winded me, I still remember the parents being on Saturday Night Live. Carmine and Marianne, during Saturday Night Live, they cut in because they were begging for a doctor to help their kid and shit. I mean, it was fucking real, guys, And that was the beginning of our 8th grade. And it till this day, there's a sadness down there still. Because we lost Dominic 2 years later and my mom a year later, which is all in the same. We all ran together, these kids, But it was really weird. What was your last year at McKinley?
I was.
And you were in
I
high
was
school.
in high school more than I was at McKinley. Yeah. So you figure I was there about 20 years.
At the high school?
25. No, at McKinley.
Really?
And then I went to the high school for the rest.
Because I still.
And that one year in Horace Mann, that they said, you three guys, Sperber used to buy lunch every day. And I used to say, what are you getting this money? We used to go to a place every day, me, him, and Gallo, order nice lunch. There was a bar right now, like by Lady of Fatima. It's a doctor's office now over there.
Okay.
But anyway, we went to that bar every day, had lunch, steak sandwiches, whatever. And give me that check. Sperber. So I said, how are you getting all this money? Where are you getting all this money? He goes, hey, I love you and Jimmy. I'm so happy you're here, because he was there a year ahead of us. So sure enough, one day a girl comes in the room. We're collecting for Biafra. That was a country in Africa that you give money. They would raise money and send it to them. So I'm saying, and who sent you down here? She said, Sperber. Then it hit me. Because the girl came in every day for like 3 months. And we were eating every day with the money that everybody was throwing in the thing. Who knew? Who knew? I said, you're stupid. We're going to get fired, I said, if they find out. He goes, it's on me. So you're not going to get fired. I says, well, because I'll squeal on you. I'm not worried about it, but you just got to stop.
I was telling Nick Ascalise that when we went to school, they just weren't teachers. I always said that we get to school at 9 and we're there till 6, till 3. And sometimes if you play sports, you're there till 5. You're there with them longer than what you really are with your parents in those days. Unless your mother stayed home, which a lot of moms did. But, we goof around here, we tell a lot of stories. I still remember the night my mother died. that the ambulance came at like 3:30, and I just sat there. And within fucking 30 minutes, I saw a cop car coming up the block. And it was Carmine, because he didn't sleep at night. He would sleep on the couch, listen to the police scanner with the gun ready to shoot somebody, right? So he came, and me, him, and Pete went to breakfast in that diner on Tunley Avenue, Collins Diner. And then I go, what am I going to do? And Pete goes, I'm going to school. I go, take me up to high school. And like an hour later, I get a fucking thing. Jose, come to the class. And there's Mr. Barone. He goes, your mother died. What are you doing in school? Let me drive you home. And I'll never forget that. This is the shit that we goof around and we tell these fucking stories and stuff. Now, when did you become the JV coach?
My second.
78 or 80? No, it had to be before 79.
Yeah.
No?
No, because I ran the grammar school league for 2 years. And I started teaching at 75. My first year was 75. So you figure, I would say the low 80s.
Okay.
I started with JV.
Now, do you remember the ref with the glass eye?
Yeah.
What was his name? It's in the tip of my tongue. I was just thinking about it in the bathroom. He had a pigeon
He was
eye.
a substitute teacher.
He was a substitute teacher, but he was also the one ref that coached the ref Franklin.
And you know why they stopped him from coming to school? Because he was taking care of my class. You weren't in it. And he said to the kids, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm going to keep my eye on you. He took it out and put it on the desk.
All right, so
When the kids told me and I told them, I said, he went to the bathroom, he took his eye out. I don't want him in.
Doug, this is old school teaching, okay? They got to you. When the teacher takes his eye out and puts in the cloud, gives you the Malukia
I'll
look,
be watching you.
I'll be
Better
watching
be
you.
good.
I gotta be honest, compared to say breaking one of their arms and like all like this is pretty minor. Like the eye thing I kinda think is funny. The eye thing I like.
So,
But can we go back to him coming and getting you when your mom like that was
yeah, he came to get me and he drove me home and he told me to keep it together and he just
Did you
talked.
go to the Bear Mountains with a group with me?
No. I left. We went to Great
2
Adventure.
bus loads, 130 kids. We let you go out. They said, let them go out. The lady teachers, leave the kids alone. I said, you better play games with them. No, let them go. There was Bear Mountains, I don't know where it is, but there's a forest all around it. Okay? So it's time to go. It's time to go home. I say that certain people have clipboards. How many? Anybody missing? So I see them talking. Now they turn around and they go, 62 kids are missing. I said, how could you not notice that with the group? We only had 170, and 60's missing, and you're just finding out now. I was in charge of that trip. I almost killed the one lady.
All right. So
You don't tell me 60, because I knew all the while, but I figured they'd come back. They're not going to come back. We got home 8:30 at night. We were supposed to be home. The mothers were waiting 3:30 by school. We got home 8:30. By the time they all come back, girls had their pants ripped. I said, we're going to get in trouble for this one. Bear Mountains.
Was that the last time you went to Bear Mountain?
I didn't want to go. Bear Mountains. You know.
Oh.
Mr. Barone, the ref's name, the reason, because this is killing me. You're gonna love this one. The ref had a glass eye. So we're walking home in the 8th grade, and I'm walking home with Anthony Balzano, and he's pissed about something. And we're all walking home. Anthony, Dominic, we're yelling, and he goes, that fucking ref, he keeps calling fouls on me. And Anthony goes, that motherfucker, he's my cousin. We're like, what? What do you mean he's your fucking cousin? He goes, he's my cousin. He goes, I'm going to go home and tell my father now. So we walk in his house all fucking rushed up. And he's like, Dad. And Mr. Balzano was eating like with the thing on. And he goes, Dad, that cousin, he had it because he was their cousin. He was their cousin through marriage or something. The Capitora.
Okay.
Capitora. There you go. Cap. So he goes, Dad, Cap keeps calling fouls on me and Coco. You better talk to me. He goes, Cousin Cap? He goes, yeah. He fucking gets up. He wipes his thing, fucking dials the number. Cap, let me talk to you about something. You rep the game with my son, Anthony, and Coco. You call a foul on them again, I'll fucking go down there and kill you. And he hung up the phone. We're playing Dondero and Compasso. We're karate chopping them. They're like, foul. And then we would, because he had a glass eye. So if you're on the right and your eye is fucking glass, how you call the foul? So we used to challenge him all the time. Challenge. No. You did not see that. You have a fucking left eye that's glass. How did you see this thing here? And then that was it. I don't know what happened to that poor bastard.
Remember Haltner?
Who?
Eddie Haltner?
Coach, ref.
No, a student. He was probably after you.
Yeah.
His father said we were having a cookie drive. So his father comes into my room. I'm in charge of it. And he says, you having a cookie drive? He says, I can get you Burry's cookies. I said, how much? How many could you get us? A truckload. So I said, get it. So sure enough, truckload one day is backing into our parking lot. You know, that's a
The
back.
McKinley, yeah.
Can't come in straight. The guy, I go, I tell the principal, we're getting a truckload of fucking cookies. Everybody's happy, all the teachers, the ladies in the office. I go outside, the truck driver gets out of the thing, opens the truck, and gives me like 3 bags. I said, what are you doing that for? He says, well, that's all you're getting. It says, Ed Haltner gets the rest of these. It has an address. That fuck just used the school for them to give us the cookies, but he wanted to keep them all. Now, they said, I must be your friend. I said, I don't know this guy. This kid goes to school here. That's why I believed him.
Oh.
3 boxes we got. The whole truck was full.
They built the gym. You know that gym was built when we were in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
We got to play
I complained so much.
about that gym. And out of everything.
Why? Why did I complain? Where was our gym when it was snowing?
We shovel snow. And I got a D.
No, but we were in the hallway.
In the hallways, yeah.
Every day these kids bowled with bowling. I said, you can't have gym every day and do the same thing.
Yeah, and Mr. Fontana. We had Mr. Fontana when I was there.
I used to race, and I'm trying to teach. It's the whole way to your classroom. So I went to Fishback, and I gave it to him. I said, listen, I want to be transferred. He says, why? I said, they take gym all day. Remember, you get 8 periods a day.
That's right.
So I had to listen. The kid wanted to go to the bathroom. He gets trampled by a race. They're having like races. So sure enough, he says, you got some background. You got to help us. Maybe you can talk somebody into building us a gym. So I don't know anybody, but if you use my name, I'll do whatever they want. I had to give a few clinics.
Crazy.
Everybody
we had
had
no
to do.
fucking gym. So for you kids at home, you're fucking grateful. We had no fucking gym. We had to shovel snow.
How do you have a school with no gym?
I don't even know where we practiced basketball in those days. I forget.
And then we had lunch where the kids are running back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth.
There's like a
little table on the
table
side,
like
little
goes
edge.
along the wall.
But
But there's kids eating, there's bowling and track games going on, and we're trying to teach in the classrooms.
And Richie Vanacek would take nails and hit him in the thing upside down. So when you put your hand on the wood, the nail, dog, that's cool. I was there one time when Richie Vanacek and his father were talking to Kingwell. And Mr. Vanacek had his hands like this. And Richie was standing right here. He had his little fucking glasses on. And he's looking at Kingwell. Yeah. And all of a sudden he just goes, bam! And fucking broke his glasses. Richie dropped. I mean, this was McKinley School. It was, but you got to remember, that was everywhere at that time. Parents would knock you the fuck out, anywhere. Parents would knock, and nobody would say jack shit. Parents would just clock
And
you.
they never complained, the kids. You know what I mean? What about the cap? At the end of this thing that I just set up is a little room on the corner. Remember where you ate? Where they made the food.
Yes.
As soon as you walk in the door.
Like Eddie Munster's
there's
house.
a little room.
Yeah. And the walls were like this. And you walked in there. Yeah. This was real. And
Two ladies making lunch every day.
fucking ham, one of those prison county lunches. The ham with the pasteurized cheese with an apple, an orange drink of milk, and Mrs. Sabatino gave you a cookie to bail you out in case you didn't want the liverwurst sandwich. Who eats liverwurst in those fucking days? We used to go to the fucking York Hotel. That's where we went to lunch, to fucking and to look at the hookers. And we put quarters in the machine and go back with potato chips. But this all goes together. We got the gym, right? And as they were building the gym, I went to school, and then there's cops everywhere. There's cops on the 3, because we used to play basketball behind Center Ford.
Yeah.
North Bergen had those little courts there. 26th Street. Yeah, 26th Street courts.
They still play there. No, when you go over the bridge there,
Yeah.
I went there one time. Somebody said, O'Corin's playing in the court. Now, O'Corin at that time played for the North
Carolina, yeah.
Played for the Nets, I think.
Yeah.
He's playing in that court.
Yeah, they all played there.
Yeah. And it was like, 10 guys like him playing. That was about as long as this. Wasn't
Yeah,
even.
the biggest. Yeah.
It was about as long as this room.
How did you get a D in snow shoveling?
I didn't do the corners, you know what I'm saying? I just pushed it and shit like that. But we finally got the gym, and as we were building the gym, they found a body across the street at the York.
Iceman,
under the bed. He was alive, whatever the fuck. So we were having a problem getting a coach. And I'm not going to go into this. We couldn't get a coach that they could sign on. We had Pete Wolf, who could slam the ball, but that's it. We had and then some guy signed up, and he didn't like Spanish people, right? So I started dating his sister, because if you're going to be a racist, you might as well not have a sister, because you never know what can happen. So this goes on for a few months. She's older than me. She's a cheerleader at Sacred Heart Academy on 16th Street across from St. Michael's. So I would have CYO, and I'd walk home with her. One day we were walking home, and he caught us holding hands. And the next day, fucking all hell broke loose. So he like called me a spick. What are you doing with my sister? You're dead and all this shit. So I went home, and I called Anthony Balzana. Anthony's like, fuck this motherfucker. We'll kill him tomorrow at lunch or whatever. I mean, this is when we were nuts. Dominic, Michael, a bunch of us were like, we're going to hide in the gym and get him. The first day we hid in the gym, he never showed up. Second day we hid in the gym, he never showed up. The third day we said, let's go get him in this fucking house. We went there, the house was already put up for sale. All right, that's how much they hated Spicks. So that was the plan. We were going to fucking drag him out to Route 3 and let him die out there, because they blame it on whoever killed. We didn't know it was the Iceman. Whoever killed that person on Route 3. That was our fucking plan at that age. Like, we were going to hit him with hammers and shit and fucking. It's,
I made a deal with Holbig. They had no coach after you. They had no coach either.
No.
So I made a deal with Holbig. Remember Holbig?
Yeah, the woman.
Gym teacher? Huh? The girl.
Patty.
So I said, will you do me a favor? You like sports. I think you'd be perfect. you know the grammar school league that I run? He says, yeah. I said, McKinley don't have a coach. I said, could you coach this? She says, I'll coach if you practice with them. So I said, I got my team. How am I going to practice with the? But we filled. I had the practice start a little later, and I gave them an hour and a half every day, Monday to Friday. They won the league with this girl coaching them. They won the grammar school. That's the only year they ever won anything. I think with Jose Castro, they won 2 once. Alex Zalavar. They all played for us at the high school. That was a good group.
And then they had a fucking coach at Kennedy named Rugar. Right? He's your
Larry
boy.
Rugar.
Larry Rugar. And in the 7th grade, bro, his team was the state team.
He made them wear suits to the game. In Kennedy School.
He had Pickett before
I
Whitey.
ran the league. So
He had Calandrillo. He had Pickenich down there. He had Cruz down there. And I'll never forget, they played Horace Man B. And they beat him by like 80-2. And Rugar was mad. So he made them go back to the gym and run with their hands up for a fucking whole practice. Rugar used to wear a suit. Rugar was fucking a savage. Then he coached us somewhere. But I want to know one thing, Mr. Barone. How the fuck were you on the bus with us in 1980 if you weren't coaching at the high school?
Because I coached at the high school all the years I was at McKinley.
What were you coaching?
JV for, say,
That's what it was. Okay.
my first 5 years, JV. Then when Sabello died,
Right, you were waiting on
Shave got the job. I was his
assistant.
assistant. So I think that was the longest stretch. I coached. Then when Shave packed it in, I think I was 10 years head coach. You know, the school's 70 years old, and we only had 4 coaches. You go to any other school in any other sport, they got 15 coaches. It's something that, you know. When I played, when I coached, my JV coach, Ralph, in the wheelchair.
Bob Brace is
Wait, the JV coach was sitting in a wheelchair?
He's paralyzed.
Yeah. He was a good dude, Ralph Marino. God rest his
He
soul.
played baseball for me. I also coached the Bill Better Boys. Remember that?
Bill Better Boys.
After high school.
Holy shit.
Okay, I coached North Bergen for a couple of years. Ralph was on the team. He was a catcher. Okay, so sure enough, base hit, man on second. The kid was the mayor of Union City's nephew. I never forget. He rounds third, and I said, there's going to be a collision. Marino, instead of just sweeping and tagging him, he put his head down, and he got in the guy's way like this. And the guy ran him right over. He hits the ground. I run out to him. I said, he goes, Mr. Barone, I'm paralyzed. I said, no, you're not. You got a concussion. He was paralyzed. He knew it.
What year was that?
So now I go to see him in the hospital. When he's in the hospital recuperating a year later, and he says, you want to do me a real good favor? I said, yeah, what? He says, he was on a table about that high, a bed or a table about, and they had a mattress on it. They were doing something to him to get exercise for his blood. So sure enough, he says, if you push this to that window and then push me, you could push me out the window. I said, is this what you want? He says, I can't take it. Lost his fiance. He was all set to get married when he was playing baseball. That's after high school, that league.
That's right. Hold on 1 second. I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. With this season's offerings, you'll unwrap everything on your list. Exclusive games, huge jackpots, and exciting rewards. Like I got one this morning, 20% back on all your slots. Who's better than DraftKings? Nobody! Make the season way more fun with DraftKings Casino. DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players. I'm going to give you $100 instantly, just like that, in casino credits with $10 wager. Again, we're going to offer you a warm welcome for new players, $100 instantly in casino credits with a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with a holiday reward every week. So sign up with code Joey Slots. Again, Joey Slots, JOEYSLOTS, because the holiday cheer is here, Jack, only at DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos.
Ralph Marino is a good story. I coached him in baseball. He gets paralyzed. He wants to kill himself. And he wanted to use me. Nobody was going to do anything. And he figured being I was with him all these years, I would do it. Slide me out that window over there. You push the thing. He showed me how to do it. So how am I going to do that? I can't lift you. You don't have to. Look at the bottom of that window. Fits perfect on the table here you're on. So he says, you open the window, you put it up against the window, and you push me out, pull me out, throw me out. So I said, Ralph, now, because of that day, I walked out. I just said, I can't do it. Get somebody else to do it. I leave. I always had that guilt feeling because I used to see him watching a game. He didn't want to do anything. He was a great baseball player, and I think he could have been a professional golfer. That's how good he was. I went golfing with him once. He was unbelievable. I said, you're a better golfer than you are an athlete. So sure enough, I said to him, I got the thing for you. What? I said, you could be my assistant, basketball. That saved him.
I was just going to tell you that.
He loved, ask Frankie, nobody loves basketball like Ralph did.
Nobody.
He'll watch 10 games in a row. He'll drive to California to see a game. Huh?
That's crazy.
He was the best.
When I was a freshman,
But he got too many. I said, somebody asked me on a show, hey, how is Ralph Marino as an assistant coach? I said, let's put it this way. If I didn't have Ralph Marino as a coach, I would have won 20 more games. Because he cost me with technicals, because he was in a wheelchair. He used to go, what the fuck are you looking at? To the ref. Or he would say, scumbag. I could curse these guys. I should say, why do you do it? He says, I figure I'm in a chair. He could have gave me that call sucked. You suck. You know, he used to, I think because he was in the wheelchair, he could say anything he wants to him. Before the game, the ref would come up to me and say, you know, are you going to control this guy tonight? The game didn't even start. I said, come on, give him a break. You know how I got him not to get the technicals? Randy thought of it, but I did it. Well, Randy did it first. Soon as he got a technical, we got somebody to wheel him into the fucking corner of the gym. So he's looking in the corner of the gym. Somebody come and get me. He was, Coach, I'm sorry. I hear that in my sleep sometimes. Coach Barone, come on. I won't say a word. You could tape me. Ralph was great.
I remember being a freshman, and Colangelo played varsity, maybe?
Colangelo,
Dennis.
he played His best year was the JV year. He played
With you.
me.
Yeah, he played.
But he never got that. He never did it for the varsity. He was my best player. But then when he was a junior, he went to varsity.
Right.
And they cut him.
Well, Sabella probably thought he was a troublemaker or something, but
Yeah. Isabel didn't like downtown.
no, he didn't like downtown.
He wanted the guys from Horace Mann.
Yeah, he didn't like me at all.
That's why he didn't win.
Yeah, probably.
Those guys do their homework.
I still remember Marino sitting in the wheelchair, yelling at Dennis, "Dennis, defense, defense, Dennis." And Dennis would look at him and go, "Yeah." And then like 3 defense, Dennis, he'd go, "Timeout." And he'd go, "Marino, say it one more time. I'll put you in the closet and shut the fucking door." I would say, "Dennis, you can't do that. Yeah, he won't fucking leave me the fuck
My
alone."
brother loves him.
Who, Dennis?
Dennis.
Yeah, we all love Dennis. Dennis is still the funniest
My
man in the
brother
fucking
just
world.
asked me recently, is Dennis Colangelo still around?
He's alive, but he lost his wife. And he's having a hard time, and he's a fucking sweetheart. I hooked up with him a couple times when I got here.
Try and remember, if next time you see him, Job around, my brother.
Okay, yeah.
Said hello.
But we were on, my freshman year, I played for Reardon, and he didn't play me. So for some reason, we were in East Orange, and we're at this Christmas thing. And it is a fucking riot from the time we get there. Because at that time, we used to call Juan Rodriguez's little brother, it was Juan and Carlos. So at freshman practice, we called Carlos Eddie Munster. And he would pull you aside like a man and go, "Dog, I'm not in on that Eddie Munster shit, so don't even try it." And every time practice got hairy, somebody would say Eddie Munster, and he would stop the game and go, "Dog, I told you about that Eddie Munster shit." So now we're in East Orange for the Christmas tournament. And we're losing. It's like 3 minutes from the halftime. I'll never forget this. And he was taking the ball out. He was going to chuck it into Chucky or somebody. He gets the ball, and the 2 little black kids go, "Look at my man. He looked like Dracula," right? And that's all they said. I was sitting on the bench, and I could hear the crack, like his whole demeanor, like, and you can see on his face, like, I do look like Eddie Munster. Like it just hit him. We were dying on the bench. We ended up getting killed. But at the time, my mom was always up at the bar. So my mom would leave me a $20 bill or a steak. I had an option. So I would say, fuck the steak, because it was too Cuban-y, garlicky, the asshole that I am now, and I would get steakums and get a Ore-Ida fries, throw them in the oven, and then throw 2 steakums on white bread with the American cheese. And I kept eating them. That's what I ate every night, 2-3 weeks. Dog, there was a week I couldn't shit. I went for like 6 days without shitting. I didn't know what it was. Now we're in this Christmas tournament. And we're out in fucking East Orange, and they're shaking the bus, the whole fucking thing. We get out there, and finally we take off. And I'm like, man, my stomach hurts. And I'm in the middle of the bus, and all of a sudden I'm looking around to see who's around me who I could blame it on. I didn't know what type of fart it was going to be. So I let the first fart out. And I'm like, oh my God. And all of a sudden people start going, what the fuck is that? Jesus Christ. What is that? Open the windows. And you couldn't open the windows. They were the high ones. You got to slip down. They were all fucked up. And again, another fart came out of me. Right? And now everybody's fucking going, Jesus, what is that? The cheerleaders started crying and shit. They were crying. That's how bad that fart was. I gave it about a 30-minute window. Everybody was like, oh, thank God. Who was that? It was Sabatini. We were just blaming it on people.
You were
blaming it on everybody except me. I was like, I think it came from over there. It wasn't me. Finally, I throw a tremendous fart. This one's worse than the other 2. Mr. Barone's holding his face and goes, he's changing flavors. Oh, that was fucking They held their faces till they got in front of the fucking high school.
But you got turned off because now, what year was Reardon thing? When you were a sophomore?
I was a freshman, so I played everything I did.
But I was the JV coach then?
Yes. No, I don't remember. But you won
I read a picture.
No, but it was 8th grade. I was buck wild. I could jump and shit. Reardon just didn't dig me. So I used to torture him from time to time. I had people threaten him and shit. He held his ground. We never really spoke. And then I went and ran spring track with Composto, and he broke me. Reardon did I was like, I don't want to play basketball no more. Just one day I just got up and I go, I'm not doing this no more. And then I would play by the high school after school for money with those animals, Fulvio, Plagario, and all those guys. We'd play for like a sandwich and hashways. That's what it was.
Where did you play? In the back gym? Practice? Where did you practice?
We practiced at Horace Mann. We had to leave the high school.
I didn't see you when this was going on.
No, and then we used to.
Came out. Let's say you were practicing in the back gym. You came out. This guy said, "Don't worry. Next year you got it made."
Yeah, because we only played in the back against some team because they canceled it, and that's when you came, and all the other teachers were there, and a bunch of people, and they were like, "Why isn't he fucking playing?" Like it was obvious I could play, and people were like, "But that's the way it went," you know. I still, to this day, fucking kind of regret it. You know, you mentioned that kid before. I mean, listen, man, when you go to a school or something, I wish, this is why I get pissed at people now, especially teachers, because you're supposed to open kids' eyes. You know, like I want to still beat up Mr. Longano because he never told me about New York City. I could have gone over there and got an acting class. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. But what are we talking about?
About you quitting.
I just didn't want to play no more. And then I got a lung infection. I was going to play for Vinny. Vinny goes, come play football with the sophomores. And I went, and the first day I got there, I spit, and it was just blood. And one of the coaches came over, and he goes, what the fuck is this? And I go, I don't know. I got hit in the mouth. But then he kept seeing puddles of blood everywhere. I had a lung infection from smoking paraquat. And I had to be in the hospital for 13 days. When I got out, I couldn't play football. It was too late to play basketball. And then my mother died. And I wasn't doing shit after that. You know, I wasn't going to do shit after that. And I stayed in school maybe for the end of junior year. Then I said, I got a job at Masback Century Hardware on 89th and if you go down 83rd Street Hill, North Bergen, 85th, and what's the street all the way down where all the West Side Avenue, that last warehouse, that was Masback Century. And then I didn't see you, but the problem was I was just embarrassed. I was just embarrassed to see you guys. I was not the type that was going to go up to the high school and hang out, you know, and then I really got into a pinch and I was really embarrassed around you guys because you guys had seen me, you know, when I was a young kid and how I acted, and now I was a different fucking animal, you know, so. But when I did the documentary, I went to your house. I go, this guy's great, you know, and you made my childhood. You and that other fucking knucklehead. Because nobody, you know, I still remember, I didn't know nothing. He sent us home. Make sure you watch the NCAAs on fucking Saturday or something. The semifinals were on a Saturday, and you sent us home. And he goes, that's your homework for the weekend. And the finals were Monday. And that was the year Marquette played North Carolina in the finals. It was that dude's last game. And I'll never forget that Saturday, I just come back from the court. I'm a Spanish kid. And I put the fucking TV on. And North Carolina's playing UNLV. And all of a sudden, somebody got hurt. And the fucking TV said, coming in now is the freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey. My fucking head almost blew the fuck up. I'm going to get him on here. He lives down the shore. I'm getting O'Corin on here. My head blew up when I saw Jersey City as a freshman. And then, to top it off, the motherfucker scored 31 points as a fucking freshman. And then they played Monday night in the championship, and they lost to...
Who are we talking about now?
Mike O'Corin.
O'Corin?
O'Corin. You're the guy that said, go home and watch this college game this weekend.
He was on that court, though. That's the only guy I remember that was playing in that game.
Where, North Carolina?
No, in North Bergen.
No, they used to come down with Spinarkle, Sergio Badaggi. He used to bring somebody else down, not Jackie Galloon, but there was another kid that played from
It
Weehawken.
was probably the motel that drew them.
Well, the motel. But those guys played. Remember, when you go over the Lincoln Tunnel, when you're going into the Lincoln Tunnel, before you make that turn, look on, there used to be a court.
Yeah,
on top.
I played there.
And that was a special league.
Still there.
It's still there because I see a football field, but that's where they played during the
thing
week.
I can't stand when you play there, though, with all the cars coming in the tunnel,
Yeah.
that
Pollution.
smell,
Yeah, you're going to die. That's why
they stopped playing.
That's why we're tougher than fucking death. You know what I'm saying? Because we face death. I still
Hell,
remember.
that shit you used to play, and we played for 4 or 5 hours straight. Hoboken was the best. Played.
Bro, think about that senior year when Hoboken had those 2 black dudes, Juicy and Bob Du Bois, and they led the county in slams. They led the county in slam dunks. It was fun. And North Bergen beat them their senior year. North Bergen beat them their senior year.
And then by 2 points that game.
Yeah, in Hoboken.
And you know.
In fucking Armando Arribas.
But you know, do you remember how we won the game at the end? The guy was taking it out for Hoboken.
Missinich.
He was taking it out. Oh, the guy was on Hoboken. They're down 1. They score, they win. The coach says, he calls him. He went like this and he just threw it. It went to the North Bergen guy and he makes a layup. They're up 3. Game's over. There's no 3-point shots with like 20 seconds left. That's how they blew it. And I was so happy because I hated the Hoboken coach. I wanted to coach there. You always want to coach where you played first. Once they gave, the guy was, Connors, his name was. He was on the Board of Ed, a member of the Board of Ed, and his son got the job. Never played basketball. I was sick. And then Vinny was my homeroom teacher. He said, don't worry about it. I take you to North Bergen. Artie's moving there next week. I'll straighten everything out for you. And he did. I owe everything to that man. I was working in my father's grocery store. I wasn't even going to go back to college. He walked in, said to my father, how's he doing? I'm behind the fucking thing. And my father said, Johnny, the coach is here. He gets me outside. What are you fucking doing here? I says, well, I'm going to go back, but not now. He says, you fucking make sure it was like August that you're in school next month, or I never would have probably went back. My father was a bookie. I would have been a bookie. I'd rather do that.
Wait, he owned a grocery store and was a bookie?
Everybody was a bookie back then. Like. Everybody was a bookie.
That's only a front.
Yeah, that's only a front. They sell apples. You know what I'm saying? Any questions you have?
A lady would come in like, he would come in, you have any kumquats? Get lost. we just got oranges and apples. Take a fucking walk. I said, then he used to complain when I don't get enough business.
Did he ever do anything that made you want to not that you wouldn't like him, but did he ever go too far?
Couldn't.
He couldn't
do it. Couldn't do it.
That's great.
He gave me everything. How could you, when you grow up and your father is good to you? I don't even think he ever hit me.
No, I'm talking about Joey.
I'm talking about my father.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad your dad didn't hit you.
His name is Joe.
Did this Joey ever do anything in class? And you're like, fuck, that might be too much.
He made me laugh so much, I couldn't get mad at him.
We laughed, man.
And why do you think you can't, teachers can't act like this anymore? Have this kind of relationship with their students?
I wasn't surprised when he hit it. When he did it, I didn't know what he was doing. And then I saw him in the prison movie, the football movie. Mm-hmm. And I said, this guy made it.
Do you remember the last time you saw him before then?
I used to see him at games. Sometimes you used to come to a game. I remember calling you
I left in 85. So I still remember going to a game with Greg Ascalise and Shave. We're playing Memorial, and North Bergen beat Memorial. And I had his Uncle Greg was a little boy on my shoulder, and I kept giving him money to say pinga and say culo and all these bad words in Spanish. And all the Cubans from Memorial were walking out, and then everybody started coming over and give Greg money to say pinga, culo, and fucking Shay was like, you
But you see,
motherfucker.
he was like this as a kid.
Right, and it's a lot to handle now. I can't imagine
He would
at 8 in the
perform
morning.
as a kid.
Holy shit.
You know, man, these teachers gave you a reason to live.
7th grade. How
They-
old was he?
12, 11, they gave you a reason to do your homework. They gave you a reason that you wanted to do fucking good, you know? And that was, I always had one of those teachers every year that you had to go into school just to see them so you could feel better about yourself. I look at my daughter's teachers. There's no fucking personality.
Oh, forget
They're
it. I
young.
pick up
They're
my
fucking,
grandson every
they're
day.
white, but I mean white. Like they're white, like, you know, white. Like, you know, they're on the level. Like that pen doesn't have enough ink. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's, and I could see why kids are the way they are now. When I told my daughter I was coming up here to see
Wish
you,
I was a superintendent of
Yeah.
schools and I could straighten out what I know. I mean, I taught for 49 years. I know what they're doing. I know it's half of it sucks. But what could I do as a teacher? Okay?
When do you think this shift started? Like around what year did people start? Like, did you have to start being a little bit more PC, or, you know, you couldn't do the stuff you were doing when you were teaching Joey? Like, when did that start
In
changing?
the high school?
Or just what year? Like the 90s?
No, it was yeah, because it's 30 more years. Yes, that's about right.
And what do you think made it change? Was it like cameras going around, or?
the attitude. It's just something, I
You
don't
know what
know.
it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's that kids don't sit at the table with their family at night and have dinner. Think about it. How many people, well, you know, I watch Blue Bloods. They every Sunday they sit around. I used to ask kids, you ever eat with your whole family? No, because the mother works at this time, the father works this time. You can never get, the sister has a job. You can never get them together. That changed everything. That family thing changed. That's why the kids went over, they're a little crazy now. There's nothing, that's why they don't fear their parents. They're never with them. They're out playing. They come back. Me, if I did something wrong, my father was right there, right, waiting for me. Today, sometimes I couldn't get a parent to come. Or you get a parent and they come and her daughter did something bad in school. I forget what it was, but I saw it and she did it. And she said in front of her mother, I had the superintendent there and the principal because she wanted to sue us. So I said, that's what happened, because she said, how do you know? Because I saw it. But then she said, but you're lying. So I said, why are you saying I'm lying? He says, I was watching your body, how you acted. Like, like body language. She said, your body language was wrong when you were talking. You got people like that, or people that don't care. You got people that make things up.
What about
They
when
don't realize.
Kingwell made me bring my mom in, but I hired the guy from my mother's bar to come in as my brother. I paid him like the small 20 to come in and be my cousin from Cuba. And Kingwell's like, next time I have to talk to your mom. And I played it off. Then the next time he goes, this time have your mom come in. And I want to talk to her. I'm standing out there with her, and all of a sudden he goes, I told your other son. And my mother's like, what? I don't have another son.
And kids today are street smart. And they might be even better than we were.
No fucking way. They're street smart on a fucking computer or how to send you a text.
Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah. They know how to send a bomb to the school through VPN and shit like that. But they don't have what we had. There's no way. I see it every day. I see it in the kids that my daughter plays with. I see it in these kids that we're going to have a hard time. But we'll look at the 20-year-olds. A lot of 20-year-olds don't know what the fuck is going on right now. They just walk around. They don't know. And they go to college for 4 years and somebody pays them a bunch of money, and that's even worse. That's even worse. They don't know. They don't know anymore. Listen, there's not one of these motherfuckers that on a Friday night will pay $200 for 100 Quaaludes and sell them for $4 and make the quick 200. That will never happen again.
That might be a good thing.
They won't hustle with football sheets. There's no more delivering papers. See, that was the backbone of America. That was the backbone of America. That, now go get a job. If you're 14, you got to sign paperwork and the school. Listen, when we were kids, you walked into Tom McCann. You need somebody in the afternoon? Yeah, come back tomorrow at 2:30. When they went, you follow me? All these things went away. We lost the paper route. We lost the paper route. Nobody knocks on your door for the American Heart Association and says, I'm going to walk around Hudson County Park,
First job.
give me a nickel for every fucking loop. You think I walked that thing every year? I kept half the money and gave the other half to the Heart Association. They don't have that. How many people robbed St. Michael's CYO for all the boosters? And I would sell them to $1 and take them back. Come on. And I'm not saying you got to be a bad kid. I'm not saying that. But they don't have that mentality. You can't learn that. You can't learn that in a classroom.
I feel bad for the kids today, though.
Me too. And I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I see this. I don't see it as much as her. She does her homework. She does all that shit. But I see a lot of boys. Boys are not boys anymore. I remember in California, I signed my daughter up for a ballet class. The class had 6 fucking kids. 4 of them were boys. And the moms brought them in there with the silver shoes and the whole fucking guys. But that's out there. But here, again, when was the last time you went out and you got stuck in the snow and 3 kids were out there trying to hustle you for $10? That doesn't exist. We can't even get white kids to mow the fucking lawn. If I was Trump, that's the first fucking rule I'm making. I want to see white kids mowing lawns again. White kids don't mow fucking lawns. This is not good, guys. They don't have the mentality we were having at those young developmental years. You see your child. When I was a kid, my mom goes, you're not doing nothing today? You got to go to the bar and stock the ice and stock the beer. $20. Instead of just hitting me up for a 10, I'll give you 20. They don't do that no more. It's unheard. They have no social skills. Have you gone to a restaurant lately? Have you gone to a CVS? Have you gone somewhere and seen the process that they put you through? They just don't have it no more, Mr. Barone. And then, you can't fire nobody no more.
No.
God forbid. I'm Cuban. Let's call the Cuban American Association and sue them. I'm Portuguese. Whatever the fuck you are. I'm not pointing at anybody. But these are all the things you have with these kids. It's not good. It's not good.
No.
Instagram hasn't helped us. Social media hasn't helped us. Dog, I had to threaten my daughter to go out. And she goes out now. I said, at least 15 minutes, go dribble the fucking ball. Go dribble the fucking ball 15 minutes. And what kills me is that the kids I'm dealing with, their parents all grew up like we did. Why don't you encourage these fucking kids to go out? They got them in the house all day. Mr. Softy, stop coming in my neighborhood. No kids come out. Only me, my fat ass, my wife, and my daughter out there, Mr. Softy. It's not good, Coach. It's over. Kids don't have that American ingenuity we had. They don't know.
Kids are different, too. I have 3 grandsons. You'd think one of them would have what I had. The girl, my granddaughter has it. She's on North Bergen. She played freshman. She played varsity as a freshman. Now she's a sophomore and she starts
Basketball?
She's got the thing I wanted the guys to have. They're playing with their computers, and I teased them all the time. So how could you have your sister a better athlete than you? I teased.
I go to the gym.
Doesn't work.
And I see kids boxing. Like, what happened? That's the first thing your mother taught you. Your father taught you how to put your hands up, and these kids are like, they got no
Who's the
legs.
kid- who's the kid from our area? His daughter wrestled. Who?
Amanda Pace.
Pace. Donald Pace is the. Did you know him? He lived down by you. She got a scholarship. That's you. This girl, I went to see her wrestle. I don't watch any wrestling.
Not even pro wrestling?
But she was from North Bergen. This was for like the state championship,
Yeah.
whatever. And she fucking kicked the shit out of this other girl. And Donald, I mean, I had Donald at school at McKinley. It was like a klutz. I hope he's not watching.
He'll watch it.
Would you, if you had like were 22 again, would you be a teacher knowing what you know like right now? Like right now you would?
Definitely.
Why even with everything going
I
on?
think, for me, I don't want to do anything else. I get, even just being in school, I used to be proud. When I left, and I saved 2 kids by talking to them or yelling at them and embarrassing them, so maybe they catch it that way. You can't treat every kid the same, you know that. But it's a great feeling to know. And how do you find out? I bump into these kids every day. They're in every store, ShopRite, and they make you feel good. Kids say, "Oh, Wolfgang's here."
Mr. Brown, I want to thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being a great fucking
love-
teacher
I
and a
love to
parent
talk to
and
you.
everything that you've done for a ton of kids, especially me. You changed my fucking life with humor, and that's it. You guys got to meet. He's changing flavors finally. I got tonight I'm at Freehold, sold out. Tomorrow night, me, Lee, Rich Voss are at Parks Casino. Next Tuesday, we're at the open mic again. And Wednesday, we're in Jersey City at White Eagle Hall. It's sold out. So I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'll add some more dates later. Lee, you got anything for these cocksuckers?
This week I'm with you in Parks.
All right. I love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to your families. And thank you for supporting the Church New Testament. Stay black, cocksuckers.
Welcome back to church.
The Church New Testament is brought to you by Blue Chew. Listen, if you've been wondering if Blue Chew is all it's cracked up to be, the answer is yes. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers ED meds right to your door with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost. And you cannot go wrong. I love Blue Chew. You know, I'm old, but every once in a while I get a little loving to me, and Blue Chew never lets me down. Don't miss out on the best sex ever. Blue Chew got you covered. You understand me? When they're laying there looking at you like, what the fuck just happened? That's you, Captain Blue Chew. Now, Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for the church fans. You ready? Try Blue Chew for free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout at BlueChew.com. Again, that's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important information. And I want to thank Blue Chew for supporting the podcast.